Hello! Welcome to the next module. I am your host of this module. Yes. Okay, so what I was just doing there was a minor funk groove. Check it out. I was playing, if you think of A minor, an A minor bar chord. That's where this is derived from. A minor bar chord, the root, E root of it. We're going to do the E root and the A root, but the E root's right here on the 5th fret. We could play a minor bar chord. Now we could take that bar chord and use all the same rhythmic devices that we were doing. And that's fine. It'll be funky sounding. But what I'm going to show you some cool things that are, in a million different songs of this style. What you do is we're just going to cover the G, B, and high E string. And that's always going to work as a minor chord. We call that a triad. That's awesome. Like, really good. I use it all the time. So we got that, okay? But now we're going to make it an A minor 7 triad. And so what I do is I bar it. Instead of my fingers being tilted this way, I want to move my elbow in towards my rib cage. Whoosh, and so it brings my finger to be more parallel with the frets. Because what I'm going to do is I'm going to add my pinky to the 8th fret of the B string while I'm still hearing the 5th fret of the high E and the G. So these 3 notes. Okay? And then I was going. So once again, got that going. I mean, it's all, once again, I'm emphasizing it again, it's all about the squeezing, real quick choppy squeezing of that fretted chord. So I'm going like this. You can go any of the rhythms. But what we're going to be doing is we're always going to, 90% of the time, we can add our ring finger a half step lower on the B string from our pinky. So we can always go to the 7th fret of the B string right there and play that little triad. And the cool thing is, if you're just playing a groove on an A note, an A root, A minor funk, you can add that note. But the cool thing also is that this new shape serves as a D7 triad. Okay? So you can actually think of this also as a D7 chord. But if you're playing it over an A bass, then it would be called an A minor 6. But you don't have to worry about that stuff. Just know this is like a minor funk technique that's going to really always work. So we have this, and then we add our ring finger a half step lower, like. Any of the funk rhythms we've already done are going to work. And you can experiment. You can come up with your own little licks just between the ring finger and pinky. Okay, now check this out. We're going to go chop, 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 da, da. So that last da, da is going to be with the ring finger on the 7th fret of the B string. But before that, it's with the pinky on the 8th fret. We go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1 and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1 and then we're going to add another ja-ja to it. I said what? Nothing, meet you. How you doing? Ricky, 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 bird. Now you can go pinky ring like that. You could add that too. Watch. boogie down. You know, you can always slide into that stuff from a half step below. That's going to work really well too. So start working with that. You could also actually take the staccato out to contrast with staccato, like no staccato at all. And then go staccato. Okay, let me show you a couple other things. You're always going to have, and when I say always, I mean, you know, there's exceptions to everything, but basically, if you're in this kind of zone, you're pretty much always going to have the minor pentatonic underneath. You can always... Right? But then what I really like is the 8 on the high E, the 7 on the high E, and back to the root. So watch this. This is a cool little kind of line that I came up with. This could be all over just an A minor, but you can add this little double stop. So we've got the 5, 7, 8, but on the B string and the high E string. Check it out. Watch a little groove like this. You can always, like, if someone's just playing, if I just loop a little like funk in A, that groove's gonna sound good just over an A note. Watch. There it is, right? Here's that lick I just showed you. Here we go. And I can do it the opposite way, like da da da. Okay, what I want you to do right now, this is your test. I'm going to play that bass line again. I'm just going to go like that. I want you to use these minor devices that we were just working on. It's for like 2 minutes, okay? So your funk track, funk jam track, all right? 1, 2, here we go. Nice. Make me wanna dance, yeah. Keep going. Alright, you feeling that? That was actually really fun. Okay, so now let me show you all those same devices. We'll keep it in the same key, but let me show you all that concept that's based on the A root instead of the E root. So the root A, the A note on the A string is either open or the 12th fret. And we're going to do it on the 12th fret. So check this out. What we're going to do is, if you know the minor bar chord, with the root on the A string. We're going to do stuff based off of that. So what we're going to do is we're going to bar the 12th fret. I just mute the low E string. Don't really have it in there, but everything else is barred. And then I'm going to get my middle finger on the 13th fret of the B string. And then my index finger on the 12th fret of the G. Then ring finger on the 14th fret of the D. And that's our funk chord. It's called an A minor 7. That's what we're doing. Okay, so we got that. But just like the thing with the with this one, that kind of idea, we can have our pinky on 15th fret of the high E with that minor chord shape. Then we can just move that pinky down a half step, back and forth. The same device is the same note here. It's called the 7 and the 6 of the scale. So we've got, but look at my, same thing, same thing. How about no staccato? Let's just say we were in A minor, grooving it out. Let's say it goes to D7, right? Dude, all the stuff we did already. Back in there. So let me show you that real fancy little thing I just did there. That'll work in major or minor. It's related to that little pedal I was talking about. We're in A minor, so I put my pinky on the A note up high and just did the octave thing. Check it out. So if you go 1, 2, 3, 4, just like that. Check it out again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and that's a good one. So it's like 1, 2, 3, 4, and, but you can do it on the downbeat. You can pick a little spot for it. But what you do is you take the root, which is in this case a high E, way up on the 17th fret. And all I'm doing, I've got my index finger on that 17th fret. Then with my ring finger and my middle finger, I'm going to be, let's see, so it's the 20th fret basically. It's really the pentatonic scale. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to bend this 20th fret up to the note, that note. Listen. And I just play them together as one note exists and the other one's being bent up to it, and it's staccato. So it's like you cut it off. So watch if I play that groove. It's very 70s, but watch if I add that with the other minor devices. Check it out. Hopefully you're getting the idea there and you're feeling good about it. So those are some cool minor devices for you, you know, to get you going. And I think those are the most relevant. You can use them right away. And like I said, you can use them in the blues and rock and roll as well. You know, they're great little note clusters that, that have worked for me really well. So hopefully you dug that.